All right, so Colorado gets knocked off by Houston. Um, this has a lot of issues to me for Colorado, and it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad if this continues. Obviously, I think number one thing I'm just gonna go to my list. So I'll start offensively. Um, I think the biggest issue right now is Ryan Staub. Um, I don't think he's the guy. So why we're wasting time playing him doesn't make sense to me. Like, what is Prime think? This isn't high school anymore, bro. You got to play your best dudes. Like, I don't understand. Like, in a game that they should have beat Houston. Colorado should have beat Houston. They have the weapons. Like, they have the necessary players to beat Houston. They should have beat Houston, and they didn't. On top, and with the schedule they have, is going to be an uphill battle for Prime this next month and a half to 2 months, because these next games they got, these next 5 weeks is going to be tough, really really tough versus really really good teams. So first thing, with Ryan Staub, you're not going to win with him. I mean, he struggled versus Houston. At one point, they had three and outs. He's not the guy. So okay, so he's not the guy. We know that. Okay, boom. Kaden Slater, he's not the guy. Okay, we know that. He ain't been the same since that 2 years ago or Liberty. Okay, boom. Whatever. Julian Lewis is the guy. If you don't believe that they should be playing Julian Lewis, go ask Florida fans how that worked out for him. Go ask NC State fans how that's working out for him. Like, at the end of the day, here's how I look at it. This next month or whatever, and then some of the other games in the back half too, I'm sure, you're going to lose these games right now. But the way you're playing, why not just get the young future of the program's quarterback the reps now and say, hey, look, whether we play him, Slater, or we're going to lose either way. These teams are better than us. But at the end of the day, I'd rather get this kid reps now so that way this time next year when we're getting ready to put everything on his shoulder, he's ready to go. And guess what? Guess what Florida did? Florida thought the same thing. Well, I mean, Graham Merritt's got hurt, obviously. But I think it was headed that way either way. Because what happened when DJ Lagway got in the game after Graham Merritt got hurt? Florida, their season changed. Everything changed. That's why they had belief going to the season, because they saw what they saw last year. Miraculously, Florida goes from one of the worst defenses in America to one of the best. Oh, I think they just woke up. No, they had a quarterback they believed in, and they knew we just got a ball. He's gonna go. He's gonna go make plays. He's gonna win us. We can win the game with this guy. They believed in that guy. That's why Florida was able to do what they did last season, because of Lagway and his leadership ability, and how the team got behind him. So I feel the same thing could happen with Colorado. Julian Lewis goes out there and he plays the way we know he could play. That team's gonna start. You're gonna see a lot different Colorado team if Julian Lewis goes out there and plays. Especially, like, I'm just telling you, you are, because watch that team's all of a sudden they're gonna start playing some defense. All of a sudden you're gonna see a new energy around the team, like how it was with Shadur and Travis. So I believe, why not just play Julian Lewis? And guess what? The crazy part is, the game I'm telling you you might lose. I was saying, everybody was saying the same thing before last year. Oh, no way they're going to win those games. And guess what? They went with the young 5-star freshman, and guess what? They won a lot of those games that everybody said they was going to lose. So guess what Colorado could do. All these games that everybody say, even me, say you got to lose right now. You put in Julian Lewis, you might win those games. Flat out. That's the next thing, because that kid has first round pick potential. I've been on him since he was eighth grade freshman year in high school. That kid has first round pick potential, first overall pick potential. So just let him take the lumps now, and guess what? Eventually that switch is going to turn on, and you're going to be glad it did, because he'll be better than Staub and Slater ever could or will be at the end of the day. So I think the answer is to start Julian Lewis and just take your lumps. You're going to lose either way. Lose with Julian Lewis, get him the rest, and guess what? You might just end up winning some of those games. Go ask Billy Napier and Florida. It saved his job last year, flat out. So, and they are too good at receiver. Omeya Miller, Joseph Williams, Sincere Brown, Draylon Miller, too good at receiver. They have a good offensive line. I think offensive line wasn't really an issue for me. Um, I think that's a big issue. That my big issue is the quarterback. And on top of that, two people aren't thinking about is, does Pat, like, yes, Prime says he believes in Ryan Staub, but does Pat Shimmer believe in Ryan Staub? Because if he doesn't, then you change how you call a game for Ryan Staub. So yes, Prime can say, oh yeah, well, I believe in Ryan Staub, and he's our guy, no matter, and he's the guy, and he's a starter. But if Pat Shimmer doesn't believe in him, and he, or just like some doubt in him, or he knows, okay, look, he can't make this throw, he can't make that throw, he can't do this in my offense, he can't do that in my offense. I have to call a game differently because I don't trust what he can do or he can't do these things for me in my offense. Well, Julian Lewis could do everything you need him to do in your offense. So that's my next point too. Is just what is the true? How much trust? I've listened to somebody ask Pat Shermer that questions. How much trust does Pat Shermer have in a Ryan Staub to run his offense and make every throw he needs him to make? I don't think he. I think he would. He may lie to the media, but privately they're probably saying like, yeah, man, there's some things he'd probably tell you privately. I was like off camera, like, man, there's some limits with him, and I'm calling the game differently with him than I would a Julian Lewis. So, or even a Slater. So I think Lewis is the answer. I think this is very disappointing because it's a game they should have won. You are too good. You should be past the point of losing to Houston, the way they are. They should have won this game. Now on the defense. Now let me tell you something. Now you need to know the name Taquif Byard, brother of Kevin Byard. He's going to be a stud. He's an NFL player. I'm a big fan of him at safety for Colorado. But my issue right now is all I say is I don't know how the hell Makari Vickers is playing corner for Colorado Prime. You are supposed to be a DB specialist. There's no way in hell that Makari Vickers, excuse me, there's no way in heck that Makari Vickers should be playing for the University of Colorado at DB. If Brent Venables tells you to go kick rocks, then you're probably not good enough to play at this level. Not as at his level, but Brent Venables is a defensive mastermind. He's one of the best defensive minds in the sport, at least what they say. But like he told he couldn't make it with Brent Venables, and then you take him in like, oh, I'm gonna remake him. Makari Vickers got torched today. I don't even know how this guy went a whole spring or fall. I don't know if he was in for the spring, but I don't know how he went a whole fall practice, and Prime didn't tell this kid to go sit the bench because there's no way you don't have better than Makari Vickers. And if you don't, Colorado's in trouble because that kid stinks. They went at him all night and they torched him. They gave him a new one. It was free eats. He was food out there all night. He stinks. I don't even know how he's on the field. I think next thing that's catch up to Prime 2 is Prime did not 2025 recruiting cycle. He finally upped it in recruiting and went and got what I would call an SEC class or an Ohio State class, one of those classes where you go and you fill every position and get dudes at every position you know you can develop in the future, whether they play for you right now or not, or they play, you know, they use the developmental plan and they're gonna play for you later on down the line and be a big time player down the line. I think he finally did that last year in 2025. I think the 2 years before that, I said that was a concern for me, was Prime was recruiting high school like it was a transfer portal. He was not going and recruiting high school dudes like he should have been. And now I really truly believe that's biting him in the butt right now. Because man, would it have been nice to have some high school dudes that you went and evaluated and said, okay, we can take you, and in a year or two, a year would have been last year, 2 years would have been this year, they could have played for you and been a redshirt freshman or a redshirt sophomore. Could have been a freshman. Okay, I'm bugging that. Redshirt freshman or freshman. Either way, either way, they could have played for you after sitting on the bench for a year or two. And at the end of the day, that's why you would go recruit high school players and you develop them because this Prime's model was what? Oh, I only recruit freshmen if I know they can make an early impact right now. If you can make an impact for me right now, I'm not recruiting you out of high school. Hey, dummy, you think Georgia, Florida, Tennessee, Ohio State, Texas, you think we just recruit everybody we recruit? We plan to play year one and burn a red shirt? And no, all these programs recruit players that they know, and they tell them that, or at least at Texas, they tell them like, hey, you're on the developmental plan. This is what we see for you. You're gonna go. You're like this. For your freshman year is gonna be a developmental year. You're gonna sit the bench and you're gonna learn. Like that to me was like Prime trying to reinvent the wheel. Like I'm gonna do it my way, and like as if there's not proof in history to how to do it. And he tried to do the whole, I'm gonna do it my way. I'm not gonna recruit these kids like I should. I'm only gonna recruit kids that can play for me right. And if you can't play for me right now, you're not gonna be recruited by me. But so what Prime was trying to do was, I'm better than Georgia, Texas, and all the other high schools. Y'all do it y'all's way. I'm gonna do it my own way. I'm gonna show you how it works, and it ain't working. Like I said, would it have been nice to have some dudes on that team that would have been sat for a year or two all over that roster and developed and you evaluated and fit your scheme and what you wanted to do, your measurables, all that. Instead, you want to go get 40 dudes from the portal. It's just not realistic to do that year in and year out. I think it's finally catching up to him too also. So I'll say that about Prime, but I think at the end of the day, Julian Lewis needs to play for him immediately. I think it's what it's come to. And that receiver room is too good, man. There's too many good receivers in that room for him not to be playing. And I want to say this too: Quentin Gibson, as if no shocker, because I'm in Texas, so I knew all about him, and it's a lot of people across the country. Um, that kid's gonna be special. I can see him on the kick return. Once he figures it out, it's over. Like that kid's gonna be special. I think a lot of schools, I know a lot of schools, including Texas, whiffed because I could just see the potential on kick return. I'm not even talking about him on the field receiver. I'm just talking about on special teams kick return. That dude's gonna have a chance to be a big time special teams player, an all conference, all American level returner. If they even keep him out there once he starts getting on the field receiver, but like I could just see like once that kid like you can just see the potential. Like okay, once he figures it out, once he understands angles and how to like set up blocks and that kind of stuff, and take your time and not just run straight fast as you can. Like it's not high school anymore. You actually got to have some IQ to it, and I just trying to just outrun people. Once you understand, you can just see the potential. Like this dude is going to be a really really good player, and I'm just talking about him as a returner. I'm not even talking about him as a receiver. So I do think I give Prime credit, but again, like they got to study Quentin Gibson. They got to study him. He looks really good on special teams. I think he's a bright future at Colorado. But again, another receiver. They have too many dudes: Quentin Gibson, Graylon Miller, Hakeem Williams, Omarion Miller, Joseph Williams is a stud, man. Sincere Brown. There's too many dudes, man. Like there's too. They should be rotating and hog after hog after hog and tearing up defenses. Is what they should be doing. So instead, they're not. And at the end of the day, I know Prime wants to run the ball, but Prime, you first of all, why does Prime recruit the same running back? It's the same big power back. Like he don't recruit anybody other than them big power back dudes. So first of all, I don't like that. So that one kind of irks me. But I don't know why he does that. Uh, but like Prime, I know you want to run the ball, but I don't understand from these coaches. Play to your strengths. Your roster isn't built to run the ball. At the end of the day, it's just not. Your roster is built to throw the ball. This should look like this still like the Oklahoma teams or Baker Mayfield, and I'm like this should be throwing it around. And when you get a light box, you can run it or whatever, that kind of stuff when you wear a team down. But you should be playing to your strength, and your strength is to throw it. Even at a bit what the Zach Evans kid, I think at tight end, like there's too many weapons, man. He can go. So Prime, but it's Lewis time. I think Prime. Wait, hey Prime, it's Lewis time.